Okay, you guys, I was trying to prank you. I was like, what if I say nothing and then they think that I like don't know that I'm live? But I couldn't. I don't think I held out long enough. I was trying to prank you. I thought it'd be really funny. I was like, at what point are they gonna say that like, hey, does she know she's live? It didn't work though. Next time. Next time, we'll get the newbies in here next time. You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna pull that again, and we're gonna have a bunch of new people in the stream, and they're gonna be like, "What? Wait, is this on purpose?" We ended stream yesterday on a lag, so it wouldn't work today. Yeah, you know how it is. Hello to the Twitch peeps and the YouTube peeps. What's up? What's up? See code being folded. What does that even mean? Hello. I lost touch with the YouTube channel and was only on your Twitch channel a few months ago. Yes, we got new hair. New hair, new me. I'm on light mode. We have shifted gears. I have the fancy cup once again. It's stained because I think I left tea in it too long. So don't look too close. But I have my cup of tea in the fancy cup. Because yesterday I was like, wait, why don't I do this every day? This is nice. It's nice. Wait, what's in here? Okay, wait, there's something in here. There's a film of some kind. Hello? I think it's fine. It's so hot. Is that a giant meow pocky at the back? I do have a giant. It works. It's a giant key that you can smack that's got a kitty paw on it that you can configure to do anything. Is there milk in that tea? Yeah, it's black tea. I like milk in black tea. It's good. Going back in time and such, you need to fold space-time to do so. Oh, you know what? You kind of right. You kind of right. Milk tea is based. Don't listen to the haters. I'm too British to care. I'm just kidding. I'm Scottish, but you know, too Scottish to care. We take milk in the tea. Look, I can show you. It is giant. I gotta lube it though. It's got a rattle. But you can suction it onto your desk or like a window or something. Imagine, it'd be really cool. Imagine this was like a ban. You know, like this is the ban hammer. Or I could choose something not violent. You know what I mean? Is it wireless? It takes a USB-C input. It's not wireless. That'll take a full can of WD-40. I know. Just a little creaky. She's a little creaky, but you can, I think you can configure it through their, this is from Keychron. I don't know if it was limited edition or if they still have it. But they had this on their site and you can configure it through their regular like keyboard configuration website where you can configure any of their stuff. Chaotic, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I like that this is squishy. I want this. So they have a mini version of this and I want it so bad. Like they have one where it's like a little cat paw that looks like it's giving you a high five when you press it. Hold on. Hold on, I'll find it. We'll pull it up. I want it, but it keeps being sold out. What is a girl to do? What the frick? What am I supposed to do? Hi, Danielle. New hair, who this? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yo, Ding, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. That is a reminder to everyone in the chat. If you are anti-ads, if you don't like ads, if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe to any of your favorite streamers. You get one per month that you can use for free. Wolfric, thank you so much for the 6 months in advance at tier 1. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. What the heck, you guys? What the heck? Okay. Let me pull up. I gotta pull up the Keychron. I don't want it to show. Oh, this is like the wrong browser. I was like, why is it showing any of those? Abnormal for Brave. Who's cheering? What the heck? Nano, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. What the heck, you guys? What the heck? Thank you. That's so nice. That's so nice. Congrats to everyone who got their sub, a gifted sub from Nano. Congratulations. You now get to have ad-free viewing and enjoy all the sub perks. The rest of you, congrats on dodging. I didn't know you moved like that. I didn't know you had stealth like that. Freaking Matrix over here. Look, you guys, I gotta show you the keycap that I'm talking about. Because I'm like, I want it so bad. And every time that I've requested anything from them, I'm like, can you throw that in? Can you throw the keycap in? And it's sold out. I want it. Look at this. Hold on. Wait, I think is it maybe not sold out right now? I might reach out to them. I'll be like, hey, hi, hey, me again. Listen, look at this. Where's my coding scene? Okay. Is it super bright? Can you even see that? Oh my God. Not the pop-ups. Look at how cute. I want it so bad. And then they got a black one too, if you got a black keyboard. But it's like, imagine, because when you type with it, it's like you're giving a little kitty high five. Are you kidding? I need that. I need a kitty high five in the day. Do an entire keyboard with the paw keycaps? Yes. Yes. In stock. Shows chat out of stock again. The black is out of stock. But this is also the Canadian side, so I think the inventory here is like different than the American one. Ugh. I gotta ask them again. We need look at like you get a little high five in your workday. So the cat paw, it's like a silicone. The actual like the little toe beans. I need it. Yeah, we need a dog version too. Imagine, that would be so good. It's so cute. The little toe beans, they're silicone. It's very cute. Aww. I have a Stream Deck now, this little guy. And it's actually so handy. Little did I know. This doesn't look comfortable to type with. I think it's like, I don't think it's something that you type with. It's a mood booster. Okay? You use it for your escape key and other important things. I'm gonna be so for real. I didn't work more on the load balancer yesterday because I had other stuff I had to do. Excuses. Listen, bashbunni, we know who you are. This is great. Hi, Pirate. Welcome in. I need to get that tea set. It's a Royal Albert China. This one's Blossom Time, and I think it's Apple Blossom, not Cherry Blossom. I thought it was Cherry Blossom for a long time, but it's Apple Blossom. You can probably get it. You can probably get it at like different antique things, or probably the best deal you can get for China is like estate sales. I think that would be the play. Oh, is the repo public? I can make it public. How far along is it? Honestly, I feel like it's pretty far along. Because all we really have to do now, I feel like all we really have to do is get the TCP forward, like the actual traffic forwarding middleman it a bit. And because we're just doing round robin, we're just gonna basically shuffle through the available servers. I still have to probably set like some kind of interval or allow the user to set some kind of interval for it to check the server health again. Or am I just checking the server health with every new connection? I feel like that's very unnecessary and will probably lead to like, probably just very much not good performance. Let's see. Here, I can publish it. I should probably, we can clean up the README and stuff too. Here, you know what? Let me switch over. I don't want to see. Hydrate. This is my new favorite stream. Wait, why? What did I do? The cup of tea? Is it the tea set that got you? Okay, give me one sec. I'm gonna put my podcast on while we're streaming. Hello. Is manual coding even worth it these days? I'm confused. Where are you at? Where are you at with your coding journey? I think yes. I think always yes. But it depends on, I mean, I think always yes. I think that like some people, you just have to learn to enjoy the process though too, because some people like genuinely do not like coding. And I think that's part of why they're like, oh, thank God. But I see it as like, even if I'm at work, if there are parts that I love doing, I want to keep doing those things at work. You know, employee satisfaction is good and stuff. But then, you know, if there's some things that come up that are blockers that are annoying, you can fix it real fast, you know? It's kind of nice. Who is she? Bashbunni. Hello. Nice to meet you. Oh, that was my keyboard tray. All right. I'll zoom this in. Don't worry, I'm zooming. Okay. So actually, I need to probably clean up the README a touch before I can do anything here. Do I want to listen? What do I want to listen to? I like the challenge. I love writing code. I wouldn't even want to do like voice to code. Like there's something, it's like peaceful, man. It's so fun. Why would we not want to do that? It's so loud. How's the load balancer going? It's good. You know, I think it's one of those things. I think that these projects are really great. And I think I'm being good at having some grace with myself and not wanting to speed through anything too fast. My main goal with all of it is that I'm like, I want to understand this and then move on. So I feel like I'm hitting a good like middle ground for that, which is kind of good. I want you to know that you remind me of my sister. We were born best friends, and were until she had some major personality changes and we lost touch. Watching your stream and videos feel both informative and comforting. Thanks for being you. Oh, that's nice, Squiggly. Welcome in. That's so nice. I'm glad. That's my goal for the online community, is just to be a space where everyone feels comfortable and welcome. I very much think that humans, we need like, when we are relaxed is when we're in the best frame of mind for learning and challenging ourselves. I think that if you have too many other stressors in your life, it's like feels impossible to do those things. So if I can be a space where you can come and you can, you know, hang out in the streams or watch some of my videos and you feel like at peace and excited about tech, then like that is the goal. So I'm really glad to hear that. Yeah. Okay. I'm on the wrong project. I need to also just rejig. I think last thing I was doing at this setup was gaming. Sorry guys, I didn't work on my load balancer. I was busy clicking heads. Correct. Wrecked. For me to deeply understand load balancer is a practice for development. Without load balancing, maybe I'll just change this to an actual word. We're just cleaning this up for a sec. We're going to clean up the README so that I can publish the repo and have people, have people understand what the heck's going on. I'm operating my computer. Oh, I'm going to be honest, when you're saying I'm operating my computer with one hand, I was like, is this someone we're banning? And then I saw your message before about how you went to the doctor and you can't use one of your hands. And I was like, oh, okay. The piece is restored. The piece is restored. Chat is once again in... Yeah, I was like... Sus. The trauma from reading comments. I'm like, all right. Okay, without load balancing, servers go. With load balancing, connections are distributed based on the chosen algorithms. I'll say in this case, I'm using NGINX. I don't want this music. What do I want in the background? What have I been playing game-wise? Overwatch. There's a chance we do some gaming content soon. Probably not on YouTube. Maybe if I do, actually, maybe I would do it on YouTube if, maybe I would do it on YouTube for like members only or something, just because I do not think that my general programming audience will want to see gaming content. But Twitch, we might do some gaming streams soon. I know. I just keep dangling that carrot. We'll just see. We'll see when that actually happens. My mods at this point are like, we'll believe it when we see it, Bash. I just started playing Overwatch. My mains. Do you want to know my mains in Overwatch? Kiriko. I'm good healer. I was clicking heads yesterday. I was saving lives. Okay. So Kiriko is my number one. I've started playing the Jetpack Cat a little bit because he's very fun and gets good heals, can do like okay damage. And then also Juno. And then for attackers, I play Onran a lot, who's like a flanker. And then I've started playing Soldier, but those are kind of the only two. I feel like I don't get, it's sometimes Mei. I've played Mei a few times. Chess would be interesting to watch. I'd have to learn how to play chess. I don't know much about chess. Chess could be fun. I like playing support characters, Rudy. I feel like whenever I'm in like team games, I like playing support. Did you say Mei? Nah, you don't think Mei's good? Ransom, thank you so much for the 8 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. What about defense? I have not played defender. I'm not ready to tank. That's too much pressure. That's too much pressure for performance. Okay, I'm using Nginx running in a Docker container to test connections. Oh wait, I don't need to do anything with that. Okay, used with web apps, distribute traffic on servers, hosting. Distribute and redistribute. I'm team chess. You should stream Overwatch. We'll do Overwatch stream at one point. I haven't taken my sticker off of my Owala yet. I'm just using Nginx for creating like a fake server. I'm going to call you Moprano. Thank you so much for the tier 2 membership on YouTube. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, that reminds me, actually. Wait, I got to do something real quick. Oh my God, you guys. Last night on YouTube, I was freaking editing a video. And in my video export settings, you can make it so that it automatically uploads to YouTube. And normally I'll do that, but I'll have it private. And yesterday, somehow, I was like so sleepy, like when I was doing this. I guess I somehow changed it to public, and it threw me off so hard because I was like, I was not planning on publishing that video right away. And then I was seeing comments and I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? I'm still actively making the thumbnail for that video right now. So now, now you guys are going to get my Doom Emacs set up for Rust development tonight. If you're a member, you have access to it right now. But I was like, what's happening? Yeah, I was so tired. I was like, what could go wrong? Let me just do some edits before I go to sleep. Turns out everything can go wrong. All right, this one. A hackathon is starting soon. That's exciting. I clicked the video yesterday, procrastinated, and didn't watch it. It'll be back tonight. Okay, it'll be back today. Alrighty. Okay, we just clean this up a little bit, and then I'm like so in that mood where I'm like, I don't want to be smart. I don't want to do nothing smart today. Maybe I just want to be a little dumb and have tea and biscuits, you know? I don't want to. Okay. You know what? I think this is probably fine. I'm also looking forward to having shorter nails again so I can touch type. Are more difficult to configure. As they require additional server monitoring. If a server is unavailable, the load balancers will fail over to another group, a server group of server. Is Rust hard to learn coming from Go? No. The thing is, I don't think so. But I do think it's a language that is very unique. I feel like this is also part of why I wouldn't recommend it for like beginners, because it's one of those languages, like when you learn C, when you learn even like C++, when you learn a lot of these like languages that have been around for a long time, a lot of the patterns that you'll see in newer languages stem from like, they originate from those languages. Rust is so kind of on its own in how it handles a lot of things, or like, yeah, how it does things, that it doesn't really give you that same kind of like pattern that you'll recognize in other languages. So it is kind of one of those things I think requires quite a bit of like depth into understanding how the language works, what's happening at compile time, what's happening at runtime, where things are being stored in memory, if it's being stored on the stack or the heap, like stuff like that. It's good to like do that kind of foundational dive, I think, with Rust in particular. So I think that like that is what would make it kind of have a harder or like higher learning curve, is especially if you're trying to balance that with a full-time job or something like that, where you maybe take some time away and then come back to it. Like you might find that having a start-stop kind of dynamic with the language might make it really difficult. Lithium, thank you so much for the 10 gifted. What the freak, you guys? It's so nice. Thank you. Lithium. That is so nice. Thank you. I will hydrate as a in celebration. Congrats to everyone who got a gifted sub from Lithium. Thank you for sharing all the ad-free viewership with the others, and I hope that they all enjoy the emotes and the sub perks and all that good stuff. That is very generous of you, Lithium. Thank you for sharing that with the community. Thank you. Candido, if you do ! learn Rust in the chat, Nightbot will give you a link to JetBrains Academy. I think that's a really good starting point. That's where I started with it, and I feel like it did a really good job of like not getting too much into the weeds, but just enough to get a fundamental, like a foundational understanding of the language, without bringing you like too into the weeds on any one particular thing. So it gives you just like a really good foundation, I think, to work off of. And it's good too, because it gives you the lessons and like hands-on examples of what they're explaining, so that you can get like the theory and the practical knowledge all in one place. Manmoose says, one difficult part of Rust is unlearning patterns you're used to from other languages that the borrow checker doesn't like, learning some new patterns. Yes, but I will say, to me, that's a big draw for Rust, because I love opinionated languages. I love that they force you to be more intentional with your code. Like a lot of the things that Rust doesn't like are things that are kind of not great practices in the first place. Like immutability is always great for reliability. If you can avoid making things mutable as much as possible, you're going to have much more stable software. You're not going to encounter some like weird runtime bugs, or like much less likely. So it's very cool. I like that it is very opinionated and yells at you. And I really, really like how helpful the compiler is. I hope that more modern languages continue to kind of do that pattern. Yeah. One of my exes was immutable. Banger. You should tweet that. That's sick. What kind of load balancer? We're doing TCP. Just to keep it a little simpler. The simplest. Yes, sins. That is exactly what drove me insane when I was doing any kind of stuff with JavaScript. That whole world of like web development languages, it's so flexible, and Ruby is very similar. It's so flexible that it's like, yeah, I think unless you're like, a super experienced developer with like years of experience, where it's like to the point where it's like you're like Giga Gopher and you're like, I am the paradigm, you know, like I am the, no, there are no anti-patterns coming from me, you know, like unless you're that, having an opinionated language with guardrails is so nice. You're Scottish, you sound American. I'm Canadian. I am Canadian. I am half Scottish. Half Scottish. What am I doing exactly? Right this second, we are cleaning up the README a tiny bit so that I can make the repo public. Do you go to Scotland much? No, but I should go back. I should go back soon because I have a lot of family there, but I haven't gone back in like years because it's like aunts and uncles and stuff, you know. But I love Scotland. Scottish people are awesome. They're so funny. I love the Scots. My people. Like what I like about Scottish people is that they don't beat around the bush. Like in Canada, you can get a lot of like passive aggressive people. Like nobody is like, not nobody, but like majority of people in Canada are not confrontational enough to be like, hey, this is a problem for me. A lot of people will just kind of be like, I don't know if you're supposed to do that. And then they'll kind of like get mad about it and then like walk away muttering to themselves about like, I hate when people do that. Like, or like, for example, if you're like, you know, if you're being completely spatially unaware, this happened to me one time. I was walking with a friend, kind of taking up the sidewalk, and I didn't realize there was somebody behind us. And then it wasn't until they must have been walking behind us for a while. And then finally was just like, excuse me. And like, you could tell they were already a little bit mad. And then as we moved so that they could walk by, when they walked by, they're like, I hate when people take up the whole sidewalk. But like, just like quiet enough that like somebody, you could pretend that you didn't hear it. It's very funny. Canada is so like an American would be like, move, you know? You're in New York. They go, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Wait, combine it with an EU TwitchCon or something? Wait, for what? Oh, to visit Scotland. Yeah. I gotta go to Scotland so I can get some wool. I gotta go get some Scottish wool, okay? What font am I using in Emacs? This is Terminus Nerd Font. It's really good. I love this one. So I was really drawn to Gohu Nerd Font because it reminded me a lot of like the font that they use in the Pokemon games. But what I found with that one is that it didn't scale very well when I was streaming. I can't remember. There's something. I think it was a bitmap font or something like that, where like it's instead of a, what is it, rasterized font? I don't know. I'm fucking making this up, okay? I don't know. I heard some words at one point and I was like, I think that's what it is. But basically Terminus is much better at like scaling and staying clear at different resolutions versus the Gohu Nerd Font was kind of like, I think more of a fixed size. Yeah, I love it. It makes me feel like I'm in some kind, like it gives me Pokemon game vibes, and that's exactly what I'm after. Yo, what's up, GDK? Hello, hello. Retro with the 10 streak 10 streak stream is crazy. In the best way. Bitmap or vector? Vector font. That's the, yeah, Terminus is a vector font. That's why. The font is Terminus. Terminus font. Zuck, how's the project going? It's going good. I feel like I'm happy with the cadence that I'm going for this one. I mean, in an ideal world, I would be working on it all the time and get it done really fast. But I do have other obligations I got to bounce around to, but I feel like I'm getting a much better understanding of Rust. Like I'm already feeling more and more comfortable, not only writing Rust, but like understanding what tools are at my disposal with like Cargo Doc, and even like using Clippy to give me suggestions on why things might not work. So I feel like I'm getting unstuck a lot, like progressively faster, which is huge. And I'm excited to finish this one so we can move on to the next project. I think I told you guys this. Okay, wait, one sec. I gotta write down where we're at. Actually, I don't think it matters. I think I told you all this the other week when we were planning out a second project. So we're doing the load balancer, and we're also going to be building a shell from scratch. And I am going to be doing this somewhat in partnership with CodeCrafters. They reached out to me when they saw that I was like learning Rust on stream, and were just like, hey, you might like our project, our stuff. And so I went and checked it out, and I was like, okay, I like it. I'm down to use it on stream. So we have a discount that'll be like 40% off of their annual plans. And this is something I showed it on stream last time. So you get a 40% discount. I get affiliate on any purchases that you make on their platform. It is also something that you can generally expense through your work if you have any kind of learning stipend or whatever. It is something that is like that a lot of companies will credit specifically CodeCrafters courses, because it's basically a guided course or like project. So they have like build your own Redis, build your own shell, a bunch of stuff like that. But we're going to be building our shell, and they actually, because I spoke to them after I'd mentioned it previously, and some of you noticed when you clicked on my link that it gave you like a 72-hour window only to use the discount. So I asked them about that, and they said when the 72-hour window is up, you can actually just use my link again, and it gives you the same discount again. So there's like there's an unlimited number of like uses. So there isn't actually any kind of like rush on it. And I wanted to like clarify that with all of you before we jump into it, because I didn't want any of you to feel like pressured to spend anything, especially if it's not comfortable for you. And also, I told them that I was interested in building the shell course. And so the shell course is going to be free for, it's going to be part of their free plan for the next month. They said at least this month. So once we start it, any and all of you can follow along with the course. So yeah, I'll properly get into that like once we start building it. But I'm gonna try and finish this one up ASAP so that we can start building the shell together. And I think that'd be very fun. And then we all get to. I think it'll be nice because like this one, you guys saw the last couple streams this project is very much, I'm like, I don't even freaking know what a load balancer is, but somebody suggested I should make this. So it's basically like me like going in blind, just being like, what even is this thing? How do I break it down into something that I can build? So I think this is just like a very different approach. I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more of a guided path and how that feels by comparison to something like this, where it's just been like, YOLO send it. But yeah. You'd love the Redis one, knowing your Go background. If you, but in Rust, if you use epoll to make the event loop, you'll definitely love it. Ooh, interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be like one and done on the projects there, because they have a lot of cool ideas where I'm like, I have no idea where I would start building that. Yeah. Is Redis still free? I think now they probably switched it. I think they switched it to the shell one. I think they only have, my guess is I think they only have one free project a month, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. Is learning how to code still relevant from your POV? Yeah. Coding is so fun. We are allowed to have whimsy and build whatever we want, however we want. I think it's like anything. I think that there's going to be like, AI now gives you an option to be more selective on how you spend your time. If we delegate every single thing to AI, what is the point? Nobody's going to give a shit about what you're building. If it's like, oh, AI built this versus I built this is so different. It's the same reason why, like, whenever I do content stuff, I will use AI as a tool to like help me find different clips from my live streams. and give me ideas for different like titles and stuff. But I like never use that as a, like whenever I get its help with like titles and whatnot, I like never use it as the final draft, but more of like bouncing ideas, or just like transcribing. Like if there's a ton of data, which is like my live streams, for example, you'll see in my previous live stream VODs, I now have like chapters and descriptions and stuff for all of my VODs so that you can see like what was discussed at different times in the VOD. And I would have not been able to do that. I would have had to like hire somebody to do that that would be like hours of work every week. And now like that is to me a great use of AI, but I'm not using AI even to like write scripts for me or anything like that, because I'm like, why would I, like, the whole point for me of creating content is to share a journey, like that is part of the human experience. And what would be the point of me like delegating that messaging and that story to AI to then translate to, like, it just feels so disconnected. And I feel like I like that connection with other people and us having that ability to like, I don't know, tell our stories in our own imperfect little human ways. And I like that in software too. I think software is a bit of an art form. And I think that there's some really good stuff that you can build with software that like sometimes you don't want to understand how it works. Sometimes you're just like, oh, I just need this thing to work. Like my little schedule command, I'm like, I don't want to learn how to write a Discord bot. Like I'm not interested in actually dedicating time to this thing, but it would be handy for me to like tick that off the list. So I'll use it for that, you know? I think it's super useful. And now it's like, even if I got blocked on like some kind of like DevOps task or something that I'm like, oh, I don't know, even like if I get blocked with something on Nix where I'm like, oh, I'd love to use this project, but it's not packaged for Nix. And like, I don't know how to do anything with that. I can ask AI and say like, hey, how can I use this piece of software? Or I can even use it. Like, I would love to get better with Nix so that I can package things for the like Nix packages, different apps that I think are cool, different projects, whatever, be able to like distribute it to Nix packages and maintain that. That would be super sick, but I don't know where to start with that. And the Nix docs are insane. Like, let's be so real. The Nix docs are like evil. They're almost evil. It makes me sad because I'm like, okay, someone made the effort to write these docs, but holy shit, this is too much. This is dense. This is like, it's something where have you been on like different product pages, like different websites that you've gone to, and you're like, I'm curious what you do. What is your product? And then you're like, you've read the whole like homepage and you're like, I still don't know what you do. It's just like, oh, this solves everything. And it's like, that's what Nix docs are like. You're like, what are you? And it's like, everything. Your life. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dalton. I think if anything, like it's a very exciting time for developers. Like we can unblock ourselves. I'm using AI in my projects to review my code after, just specifically for like anti-patterns and stuff. I am finding the Clippy is exceptional. So Rust is kind of like, you know, the Rust, like, yeah, Rust is a bit of a different case because Clippy is so exceptional, but it's such a great way to be like, hey, I'm learning this new language. Are there any kind of like things that I'm doing in my code that isn't idiomatic with the language or whatever? And I like it to explain to me what I'm doing wrong or explain to me why a solution isn't working. And that's really helpful. Yeah, like the reality is in the world where we delegated everything to AI and AI takes our jobs, like what are we left doing every day? You know, what are we left doing? Because I find programming super engaging and super fun. I mean, I'd be happy to play video games and write code all day. And that'd be sick. If I just played video games all the time, I'd get so bored. If I just did, coding is really engaging, so I don't think I would get bored with that. But like, yeah, it's like, how would you really spend your time? And so it's like, I think that using AI as a tool to bring you closer to that kind of thing of like, if, assuming hopefully that you enjoy your career because you're dedicating so much of your life to it, hopefully you enjoy your career. But like, how can you maximize your happiness and fulfillment from that is like, let's try to spend most of our time doing things that are good for us. Bash, you come on. Let's go with LB coding. We are chit chatting. Kara, do you want to go live right now? You can go. You can start writing a load balancer on stream right now. And you don't got to chit chat at all. But sometimes we just want to yap a little. And that's okay. Because it's my stream. So I get to yap whenever I want. So that is what it is. I didn't mean that. It's okay. I'll respond to you. I'm matching your energy, baby. Yeah, we're 99% we're 99%ing. That's 99% yapping right now. You know what I've accepted with live streaming is that regardless, no matter what, no matter how much I try, I will never get as much done while streaming as when I'm off stream. So like, I'm live, hopefully doing something productive, hopefully getting at least something done. But like, my main goal is to, like, I'm not going to get to hang with y'all all day, but I can work on this code all day. I'm required to use AI, otherwise I'm not eligible for promotion or a bonus. But see, like, yeah, I get that. Are you required to use it for everything? Because this is something where I'm like very, I don't know, confused by. I'm like, how aggressively are companies pushing this? I think that's really brutal. I wish, you know what I want for programmers? You know what I really want for all of us? Is having output-oriented jobs. Like, I feel like so many programmers would do so well on like a contract basis where it's all the entirety of what you are accountable for isn't like you being available for these specific hours or you being you working X number of hours a week. It's just like, what outcomes have you committed to? And let's like, and that's it. It's nice. You all deserve that. We need to riot. Listen, maybe it's my French blood, but it's telling me we gotta start picketing. Okay. I just got employed, company massive layoff. Well, the good news is, Habibi, that we're gonna start building a shell. So if you need anything to yak shave with and get your mind off of things, we can protest by building our own shell for free. Don't worry. All right, I'll be right back. Hello. I'm like Resident Evil. I've never played that game. Professional streamer, not even an ad break when she was gone. You're a freaking mod. Can't you do an ad break? Also, I can't be on my stream computer and my laptop at the same time. I could have... See? Listen, I think the mods need more power. I think the mods should have more control over what happens on the stream. Are you gonna call your shell Bunny Bash? We'll see what we call it. Create a basic server. Okay, for consistency reasons, I'm gonna delete extra white space because I can. Okay, I think that this is fine. All right, I think that's like fine. Wait, shit, what did I change? Oh, yeah, that's fine. I am gonna actually track a different file and stage that. Do you guys like my lolcat? Have you used lolcat before? That's how I have the rainbow terminal outputs. What's a Rust feature that clicked with you recently and which one hasn't clicked for you yet? Well, we just started doing async on this project, so I feel like the async stuff is slowly making sense to me. I feel like something that I'm still kind of iffy with is I feel like I keep doing random borrows. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit like, sometimes I forget with like ownership stuff. What else? Another thing, I feel like I need to know my tools better. Like, I think that there's a better way that I can figure out what packages I'm looking for to do a specific thing. Well, Homer, if you're neglecting your work and study, you can welcome in. You're allowed to co-work with us. Sometimes we do co-working sessions. Right now we're doing specifically coding stuff. You will get there. I believe it. I think we will. Maybe starting to stream coding. How much different is coding and streaming coding? I will say streaming coding is difficult because it's basically like you're multi-threaded, you know? It's like you have to talk, you have to like keep track of like you're having multiple conversations while also trying to keep track of what you're doing. For this reason, I find it really difficult to do like any kind of like leak code or like actual hard algorithm stuff on stream. But I mean, it's not too bad because it's kind of one of those things too. It's like you can ignore the chat. You can just take 5 where you... Why am I trying to run it? I didn't need to do that. See? One sec. So it is difficult, but I think it's also worthwhile to do. Even at the very least, like I think making video content in general is very worthwhile. Whether you post it or not, it's actually really helpful to practice discussing what you're learning and different technical concepts. And it's also a great way to get better at like expressing yourself. Because especially if you are editing your own videos and stuff, you'll notice what speech patterns you have and how much you say and like and things like that. And it can be a really great way to give yourself more confidence with public speaking in a very like safe, contained place. Peter, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Yippee. What laptop do you recommend for programming? What's your, well, okay, one, what's your budget? Two, are you looking, like, if you're looking for something that is like the most budget conscious and that's going to be the most repairable, a desktop, like an actual tower desktop setup is going to be the most economical. If you're looking specifically for a laptop, it is very much budget dependent. Budget shouldn't be above 1,500. Probably a used ThinkPad. Bash is just looking to get sidetracked. I'm yappy today. I'm ready to freaking yap. I do keep forgetting what I'm doing. So you're kind of right. All right. I don't think there's anything that I can show here that is not supposed to be shown, but I'm going to just pivot. We're pivoting. We're doing a little pirouette. We're pivoting. I'm just going to not show that in case there's anything, but I really don't think there is. All right. Do I have a security key plugged in? All right. It's now, you can now go to my GitHub and check out the little load balancer project. Oh, except I didn't even push the freaking README. Where did you go? Oh, I'm hold on. I didn't even push the changes. Y'all. Okay, and then there's other stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, so hear me out. If you're looking to get, I will say a laptop under 1,500 feels a bit tricky these days because you're gonna want, I feel like you're gonna want at least 32 gigs of RAM. So you're either gonna want a machine that comes with that, or that's an older machine that has some level of repairability. What else? Yeah, I feel like you're gonna want 32 gigs though, because Lord knows there's so many Electron apps these days and they be eating that RAM up. I'm uncertain if I want a laptop or a desktop. Where, like, are you working mostly from home? Where did you learn coding? University. The first time ever touching code was university, which was like, I felt so behind already because everyone in my university had already been coding since they were like a child or in high school. And I was like, wait, y'all got high school programming classes? I did not get that. I didn't know nothing, but I really liked it. I already have a desktop. I'm looking for one that I can use outside for cafes and stuff. So I would probably $1,500. I'm trying to remember what hardware is really expensive right now. I feel like the used market is probably the best. Otherwise, listen, y'all have heard this shill from me before. Otherwise, consider Costco. If you're going to get a new electronic, consider getting it at Costco. If you're a Costco member. So I have an executive membership and I have the like Costco credit card and the warranty. You get additional crazy warranty on electronics from Costco. You get like 2 years of warranty. Or it's like, I think it's 2 years of warranty. And then if you have your credit card, depending on the credit card that you have, your credit card will also often, if it's depending on the card, you can look it up. But your credit card will often give you additional warranty on electronics or like bigger purchases. Framework is awesome. The Framework laptops are incredibly premium feeling. If you have the budget for them, I do highly recommend them. Like I like my Framework more than my Mac. And I think part of that is because so my Mac is a 16-inch and it probably weighs more than double my Framework. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro and I have both the Framework 13-inch and the Framework 13-inch Pro. I have the pre-production version of that one. And both of them are very similar weights and they're like half the weight of my 16-inch, so much better for travel. But the 13-inch form is much better, I find, for like Linux. If you're using any kind of tiling window manager, it makes it feel like you have so much more screen real estate to work with than you do on Mac. Like on Mac, I feel like it's, I don't know, navigating between applications and stuff feels so much more clunky and awkward compared to using a tiling window manager. I will say, I think that the battery, I feel like the power performance is not as good with a tiling window manager. I think it's better on, I should test that theory. I'm going to guess I think it's better on my GNOME desktop environment versus i3, because I think GNOME is a little bit smarter about like closing, about like, you know, this like suspend and stuff like that. But yeah, framework is awesome because obviously too, it's like repairable. So even if your battery goes to shit, you can get a new battery, which I think is the big one with laptops, is like eventually the battery will die. That is also one thing I really liked about I had a Lenovo T480 for a long time and I loved that one. The only reason I ended up actually getting a framework was because I tried to get my T480 that was already like, when was this? This was literally last year. So this was 2025. I got the T480 in like, I think 2018 or 2019. But the only downside with that one is that the processor was soldered on. So I couldn't swap out the processor and the processor had gone to shit. My processor was dying, unfortunately. But the rest of it was great. And I liked that my ThinkPad had like the removable battery. So I had multiple, so you basically have the internal battery and then you have the other external battery that you can pop out. Yeah, but if I have the choice for anything on the market, I am going for framework right now because the display is really good. Everything is really repairable, modular, whatever. It's like, it feels the same level of premium as my MacBook. Has my processor been killed? It's dead. But yeah. I think too, like typing experience wise, I like a bit of a longer key travel. So for me, I really like the ThinkPad. All the ThinkPad keyboards are really good. And the framework keyboard also has like a longer travel, very similar to the ThinkPads. Killing a CPU is not an easy task. I mean, it was only an i5. Yeah, I don't know. I ran it into the ground. I used that thing a lot. But the screen was always pretty bad on my ThinkPad. My T480 was like, the screen was kind of shit. That is one thing I'm very happy to not compromise on anymore, especially after I was having like any kind of issues with my eyes where I was getting like tension headaches and stuff. I was like, I don't need to, yeah. Everyone at my work complains about ThinkPads because they don't look new. ThinkPads are great. I think it is too bad they've started to do more soldered. Like when the RAM and stuff is soldered on, it's like GG. My T480 was super repairable, which I liked. Like it did have the option to upgrade the memory. You could change out the battery. It was just the CPU. And of course, that's what I killed. I love ThinkPads. I don't think you go wrong. Well, you can go wrong because I noticed with the, back when it was like X1 Carbon, I don't know what generation they're on now, but back when it was the X1 Carbon, I worked for a company where that was like the go-to computer and it was like a pretty high failure rate on the memory, which was kind of weird. All laptop CPUs are normally soldered. Yeah, that's too bad. I mean, it is what it is. It's like you have to make compromises for the form factor, but all right, you guys, I haven't done anything coding related yet. I also do not remember what changes I made to this. Oh, right. Okay. I was trying to get the port forwarding happening. That's what we were working on yesterday. I got to see, this thing I think wasn't running. I see that I have some kind of error in here. Oh, right. That's what I was trying to figure out. Okay. So I need to figure out when the connection terminates and where to count the connections, where to track that. G-code phone applications. I have not built anything with, no, I have not built any apps for phones. Right now I'm dreaming of getting a framework, but it's impossible in Brazil. You're going to have to, maybe you got to schedule a trip. You got to schedule a trip to North America. So if you do get a new laptop, maybe get it repasted or something that has liquid metal, you're asking for it to break just sitting in a bag. Wait, what are you talking about? Oh, they put, now they put liquid metal solder on there with laptops. So if you don't keep it upright, the beads can drip and shorten out your, wait, what? Is that real? Brazil mentioned, let's freaking go. We won't finish the load balancer with this tempo. Listen, I'll probably end up having to just finish it off stream no matter what. Let's be so real. Yeah, it's cheaper to travel and get one. That's the plan. I should see if they're doing any kind of pop-up. Maybe I can get you guys the insider scoop. Let me see. Because that would be kind of fire if you could just buy it. I know that last year they were at TwitchCon. I know last year they were at TwitchCon. I think if you're looking for like best, back to computers. If you're looking for, I think like the best bang for your buck performance wise, it's going to be a desktop because you can get one that's like a couple years old or something. You can get one that's a couple years old that has incredible specs and have it be way cheaper than anything else. All right. How do I know when the connection terminates? Yo, I'm a freaking Ask AI. I don't, actually wait. We'll wait. I have patience still. Okay. Tokyo spawn. Actually, I think it's kind of such a specific thing that I will ask the AIs. We ask the robots. Okay. For Tokyo spawn, where it then takes an async server connection. For Tokyo.spawn, hello. Where it takes an async server connection. Where can we basically adjust state of the load balancer for the duration of that connection? What I'm trying to do is keep track of the number of connections for a server. Do nothing. Just tell me theoretically. I can't spell theoretically. Theoretically. That's definitely not right. Theoretically. There's also I'm missing an L. You don't keep track, it needs to be stateless. You want a stateful load balancer that doesn't scale, but then how are you supposed to keep track? You're supposed to keep track of the connections so that you can delegate, no? Theoretically. I think I spelled that the same. Also tell me if that's a bad idea. Do nothing. Why are you using 5.5 model? Because I don't keep up with what models are hot and cool. Buttersnotch, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Also, Devil, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it as well. I don't know if I thanked you, so thank you. You want a stateless, horizontally scalable load balancer. Shaking head, don't listen to these goons. You want a stateless, horizontally scalable. Okay. Stateless is the way to go? Okay. It says stateless. So you, what? Okay. I gotta, all right, we gotta look into it. Key travel keyboard. We're looking for is that Olama? What is the program? The program, it's Copilot. Al, I don't know what that means. It does shock me the number of like weird comments we get on YouTube because I also have it where I think you're required to be subscribed to chat. Like the dedication is real. You know, like I think I'm pretty sure my Twitch chat is also followers only because otherwise you get the craziest, the kookiest things. Okay, distributes incoming network traffic across multiple servers without obtaining any session information from previous requests. Any request at any time. Okay, so stateless load balancer. How does it delegate based on like the current requests being handled like by that server? Not follower only? Yeah, we're on followers only. Test. Not follower only. Oh, I thought I had it. Maybe Twitch doesn't need it, but I'm pretty sure my YouTube is sub only chat. I don't have it set to... Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm changing it. I think I have that as my default on YouTube. Don't ask me how I know. Yeah, wait, what the frick? Wait. A traitor. There's a traitor in our midst. I definitely want it to be like sub only because we get some crazy things happening. I thought I had it enabled like as a global setting. Let me see. Okay, wait, I have to look it up. YouTube stream sub only chat. Okay. I love how easy it is to moderate this. Oh, there we go. Oh. What's my community? Wait, that's so interesting. Wait, what? Do they not have that? God, it's in a YouTube video. YouTubers, am I right? They'll turn anything into a video. By the way, I have a minute 30 video. Oh, I can edit it. Okay, okay. Wow, I have to edit per video is crazy. Well, anyway, I'm going to change it to sub-only chat because that is... It's funky. Is that right? Live chat details. Live. Hold on. We're working on it. I'm new here. Listen, I only just started streaming. Just kidding, you guys. Oh, there we go. Yo, let's freaking go. Yay! Okay, now it's sub only, any duration. Sorry, people are giving you a hard time. Nah, it's fine. It's really no biggie. We just gotta filter it out, you know. The men of culture have arrived, and we need them to shut up. We need them to shut their freaking traps. Am I right? Let's talk about load balancers, okay? Oh yeah, okay. We're talking about stateless load balancers and trying to figure out how that freaking works. So I'll probably continue doing that. It takes like 2 seconds to sub on YouTube. Yeah, well. I also don't want, like, I don't want to exclude people that would actually, you know, want to be part of the chat. So we'll just see. Oh, wait. Okay. So Cosmos is saying a reverse proxy will route requests to internal servers behind a single IP. The load balancer will distribute the load. Oh, Killian, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. But all they have to do is sub. It is, you would be surprised. It generally is enough of a bar that it helps. Because I've noticed that with the Twitch chat is that often if I do follower only, it is much better. Unless you want to stay full so it keeps everything like user presence, all sorts, and have like a waiting room. Well, I thought you need to make the serverless. Oh. So I'm literally just having a list of servers that I just send connections to. I don't check anything about the servers. The server is just a name to me. Not necessarily stateless scale. So trolls are also lazy AF, basically. Yeah. You can check the server load before forwarding requests. Wait, but do you have a mind map? No. I've lost my mind and my mind map. I think that is all you can do. Keep track of the server health. Right, and server health. Okay, so server health is what we track. Yes, so unrooted, I did the health check already, which is basically can we connect to the thing? But now I'm kind of thinking that I think I already put that in my notes. Workload. So I think I need to fix my health check to also check workload. How do I check workload? Let's ask AI. I'm too smooth brain for this. Okay, how could I check the current workload for the available Yeah, so I think I need to add, okay, hold on. Me continuously prompting, how much is that triggering some of you. I'm like continuously prompting and then immediately responds and I ignore it. Let's find the health check. To do account for workload, not just the ability to connect to the server. This will allow us to have a I forgot to share the code. No, it's public on my GitHub. Clarify what you mean by workload. Workload is like the current, basically like current number of, probably current number of connections, so that we can bypass it. But then maybe that's just dynamic. Oh, that's what you meant. I don't know how long I was hiding my screen. It's been a minute. It's been a while. It's been years. I think I did hide it on purpose when I was trying to figure out how live chat works. Or how to change chat moderation settings for YouTube. YouTube chat is already so much better. Yay! You establish the timeout rate on both ends. Wait, server will timeout on response. So don't have to be blitzing fast. Server will timeout on response. Server can say, don't send me task on some endpoint. Oh, that's so smart. Okay. Server can be the one to say, I'm busy, don't send anything. Huh. I'm gonna put this actually at the bottom of the code because that's where I keep putting my notes. Okay. Yikes is asking, do you prefer anyhow or this error in Rust? So apparently anyhow is what you're going to use for applications versus this error is better for libraries, because I think this error has like a different level of, what was it? Like, I think anyhow was like somehow it was more generic, or it like didn't allow for the same level of error handling or error clarity than this error, if I'm not mistaken. It was something like that. Okay, Cosmos is actually coming in with the being the freaking goat. Okay, server A is at 100% CPU and is just and just last pinged the load balancer. It was fine. Server A is at 90% and it's a bit more available. It all comes down to how long the traversal took between the balancer and the server. If server A is at 100% CPU and just the last ping the load balancer, it was fine. Server A is at 90% CPU. It's a bit more available. All comes down to how long the traversal took. This error allows you to build the error enums. That's what it was. Wait till you learn IPC, interprocess communication bottlenecks, and why scaling is not as easy as folks think it is visually. Okay, note. Here, we'll go nerd snipe. Hello, I need to, can you touch type, girl? Okay, Server A pinged at that, and that is likely to forward there if your algorithm is set to that. Okay, we are just doing round robin. You don't care what servers. But you can have your edge servers guide the user with cookies to use a hash-based routing method. Force users to server... So if server A is full, you can force servers to B, C, D. I'm using the Terminus nerd font. You can have your edge servers. Okay. When smarter. Look at getting edge servers to guide the user with cookies to use a hashed-based routing method. I'm trying a Cosmo. I feel like Cosmo is actually trying to explain this to me. And I'm like, I'm just thinkies. That's advanced stuff. Okay, advanced note. Warning, skills required. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna round robin this shit, which means we're apparently... Can connect right now is something I'm basing off of... I guess... Wait. Can you... Okay, we're gonna ask... Okay, we also we have not been reading the AI responses. How did you cut that line and put it below? Oh, in Vim and also Doom Emacs because it has Vim keybinds. I'm in evil mode. If you select text and you do GQ, no colon, no leader, anything. This is just built in. If you select text and you do GQ, it'll automatically wrap it to 80 characters. Only here for vibes and one-line summaries, yeah. Cool, thank you, just learned something. I know, right? Isn't that kind of fun? You can also QG, $, what does that do? AI killed my vibe to code? No! Don't forget you're an adult with free will and you can build whatever you want, just for funsies. GQ. It's GQ, not QG. I wonder if that works with tables too. Auto text wrap in tables is hideous. I don't know. Okay. Okay, how can I check current workload for the available servers? With a shared per server metric struct and update it in your proxy path. Active connections, in-flight requests, failure rate, recent errors. I don't think I want any of this. Okay, if there is an existing Tokyo, I think it was what, TCP stream, TCP connection, TCP something. It was in my main, I think. It was in spawn. This is TCP stream. Existing Tokyo TCP stream to a server. Connecting to, we'll say to port 43.2, okay, whatever. Will another connection attempt to that port on that server fail. Why earphone fallen from left ear? No, I only listen with, I only have one earbud in intentionally. It should not fail because one connection already exists. If a server is listening, it can accept many simultaneous TCP connections. Fails only when something is wrong. This is so that I can listen to music, but also hear myself talk. If I have it in both, then it throws me off. You guys, you can't hear the music. It's copyrighted. The accept is blocked. I think yes. Because I looked into that yesterday and it was accept. Okay, wait, you're right. Listener, where the frick? Because that is a Tokyo TCP listener, which I have. Can I find things here? Okay. Listeneré. Cancel save. This method will be used as the event is. The function will yield once a new thing is established. I remember accept in general with the general like TCP listener was only a single connection, which is part of why before I had a switch on TCP listener incoming, I think was the function. For Tokyo TCP listener, I don't know if it's blocking. Is via the Tokyo spawn, that's why we shouldn't await on the spawn though. Because we spawn the connection to the background, we can accept a second connection. That's why we shouldn't await on the spawn. But it does wait for the next incoming connection. It absolutely allows multiple connections to the same IP port. It gives you one socket at a time. If you handle each accepted socket, Connections run concurrently. Do not wait for the earlier one to finish. You handle them inline without spawning. Then your loop serializes handling. I'm too smooth brain for this. If you handle them inline without spawning, then your loop serializes handling. Okay. Tokyo. Oh, there's a tutorial. Oh. I can't. Me with the world's tiniest font. Tutorial spawning. Oh, we're so close. How do I bookmark this? Oh god, it's got AI. There's a concurrency bit that shows a waiting. Okay. Okay, so bind the listener to the address. Accept await process. And the process is this read frame. Lets us read write Redis frames instead of byte streams. So I receive the frames, I await them, and then I unwrap them to say I got something. Otherwise, if I get nothing, then there's some kind of error. Okay. It has a slight problem. It processes inbound requests one at a time. Okay, so this one does do one at a time. But this also doesn't have the Tokyo. It don't got the Tokyo spawn that I have. This is what I have. Okay. Many concurrent requests. To do this, we need to add some concurrency. Concurrency, parallelism are not the same thing. If you alternate between two tasks, then you're working on both tasks concurrently, but not in parallel. For it to qualify as parallel, you'll need two people, one dedicated to each task. One of the advantages of using Tokyo is that asynchronous code allows you to work on many tasks concurrently without having to work on them in parallel using ordinary threads. The connection is then processed on that task. I didn't know there were tutorials like this. This is great. They don't await on the sponge join handle. Yeah, it's true. Okay. The async block may have a return value. The caller may obtain the return value by calling await on the join handle, which is what I did. Oh, but they still don't do. Oh, I see. Okay. Do something else and then. Can you even read this? Just ask Claude. Are you telling me I shouldn't read? Are we against reading this year? Have we given up? Yeah, imagine freaking reading, idiot. They're like, Bash, you're a freaking idiot. You read? Like, wait, hello? It's okay. I'm not in a rush. I'm looking to learn, and I'm okay to take a little bit more time to get a deeper understanding. Okay. So this I'm not supposed to await. Oh, but wait, I do need to add a... Because I don't think that I'm returning that. Okay. Interesting. So can I do... I mean, we can just see. Okay, here. We'll just do... Don't I have something? Oh, it's index? Yeah. So I'm just going to put that there. Load balancer is not declared as immutable. Well, it should be. Oh, here, I'll do a little, like, I probably need a proper little increment function here. Actually, I could probably just do it in the load balancer. I think I just need to do... I'll just do basically if I don't remember how to get the length of this. Is that it? No. Is that it? If that, then we'll just set self.index to 0. Yeah, that's not it. Convert .len. If it's at the end, we're gonna set it back to 0. That's kind of the only condition because otherwise we'll just increment it. Oh, I probably have to do an else for this one because it doesn't return by default. Q would be interesting. Yes. We'll get there. We're just doing our little guy. Okay. So what I can do now, this I don't think needs to be mutable is what it's going to be mad about. Do I have any errors that actually will make it not run? Connections is not used, which is fine. Because for now, we're just going to do that, and then we're going to figure out how we want to do it a different way. Okay. Oh my god, I can't type. We can do, I think, actually wait, I should have, actually I need to fix this so that, I thought my sudo, I thought I had passwordless sudo. MPSC. Okay, I will look it up. Hold on. Oh, it's because I need to sign. It's because I need to sign out and sign back in. I shouldn't have sudo docker. I think I already fixed that, but I need to. Okay, so I do already have it running on 4303, so I'm gonna do that and I'll make it like, I think it was 4304 is another one that I had. Alpha, do I look like an economist to you? Have you seen me write a load balancer? The answer is no, because I haven't. Not yet. Okay. So actually though, what I was gonna try and do is run this and see what happens. We fuck around and find out. And I slowly understand what's happening. It is incredibly hard to understand anything while I'm on stream. Wait, why is my active? Hold on. Am I printing my active servers anywhere? Let's print the load balancer. That. Is that gonna work? We'll see. I just want to run that and see. Could not compile load balancer. Oh, it's pissed. Oh, that one I can't do inline. Or like not inline, but you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, my formatting. For some reason, it is not formatting on save, and I'm not loving that. It was saying 0, but I don't think I need that necessarily. Failed. Oh, it's failing to start Rust format. Okay. Okay, so it is getting 2 servers that I can connect to, which is what I want. I do have to figure out how I can try connecting to this. I'll probably do debug and variable. Yeah, probably. The debug macro is so nice. Okay, I'll add that because y'all are vouching for it. DBG. And then the variable, which is this guy. Okay, I'll do that for the chat. It is actually so weird how much... Okay, I'm gonna knock on wood. So weird how much better the YouTube chat is. So much better behaved after making it sub-only. Oh, I gotta... Okay. So it is getting the active ones. I don't know how can I practice trying to connect to it. Oh, wait. Missed a few weirdos while you read the Tokyo tutorial. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought it was fixed. We've chosen the unfixable path here. If you handle them inline without spawning, then your loop serializes handling. How can I practice connecting to my app when you which it connects to? You need to get your IP port servers up and running, then send them packages before, wait, what? Then send them packages with something you like before accepting load. So I do test their connections before I accept load. Main reason to queue incoming connections, keep the amount of work you're doing bounded. That makes sense. Netcat, probably true. Oh, maybe netcat from the command line for connection testing? Yes. I think you're right. Netcat to test. Okay. I've never used netcat. We did it. Oh, is that NC? I gotta double check what server. I think it just runs on 4300 though. Let me double check. Yeah. Okay, we try running it. We'll try again. Oh, it is listening. Okay. Oh, did it not copy? This one. Wait. Is it getting any connection? Am I goofy? Is it not doing anything? I don't think it's doing any. Oh, is it because I'm in... Hold on. Is it because I'm in fish? It's like, I don't know what that means. Oh, I could just bash it. Hold on. Remove L. Okay. Or to spawn fake servers. Don't you already have Nginx or something running? I have Nginx running on one of the... in Docker. You don't want to listen. Oh, I see. Bad request. Is that true? Seems like it's working. Wait, I think what I need to do is add some kind of... Okay, let me add some kind of like thing of like... to say that it connected. How do I... Server... Wait, let outgoing... Yeah, I need to... Are you gonna be mad? What is this? No field name? Oh, is the server... Okay. I didn't know that that was... I forgot. We're just... a beginning. Hi, Emmanuel. Hey, Shout. Optional, choose how long users have been subscribers before they can send messages. I gotta see. I think it was really long. I'll double check. I think it was like at least maybe it's like 5 minutes or an hour or something, but I'm like, I don't know. Oh yeah, you're right. We did get Alfab. Split the code to connectors, handlers, so we have two main duty that can be handled. Okay, here. I will write down your suggestions. You decide how to connect to your inner servers when you exchange GPU. Okay. Okay. So. It's so funky that the Go format is not just failing to connect. Okay, it is connecting. Oh, why is it connecting to both? You can cargo test to test your connection with your inner circle. It balanced between them, but I thought it was only one connection. Oh, I see, because each of these is a request. Right. It keeps sending requests. Right. I'm looping. Okay, well, that's good. Yay. Okay, well, it's doing something, so that's good. Should probably... I'll stage some of this stuff. I'll just stage my whole main. I think all I changed was basically... Okay, so I think what I basically did for this change was get a listener, add a listener for incoming connections. It's awkward in Rust, but still doable. What is? Tokyo Async has a multi-threaded runtime for executing async tasks. I'm taking notes of everything y'all are saying. Because there's so many considerations of this. I'm like, me having just learned what a load balancer, like, really what a load balancer is. Like, I've heard of it before. I understand it in theory, but like writing it, I'm like, am I overcomplicating it, undercomplicating it? There's so many considerations. So many considerations. What do I feel like doing right now? It's been 2 hours. Oh, so if one server fails, I hold the connection, Robin it to the next one. I think you're right. Okay, maybe... That makes sense. I feel like I haven't done very much on stream today, but such is life. Where did I mention the queue? There we go. If a connection fails, Never thought of keeping coffee in a thermos and just getting a small portion in a cup. It's great. Because then you can drink out of your fancy favorite little tiny cups. What kind of tea am I having? I'm having, this is Yorkshire Gold tea. It's a black breakfast tea. It's really good. Very delicious. Earl Grey is really good too. Kundinya, are you just spamming the same question over and over? You could look at roadmap.sh, something like that. If you look at, I think it was roadmap.sh, you can see depending on what your goal is. There are different tracks you can follow. Yeah, check that one out. And good luck. Hold on, did you say Yorkshire tea? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see what a queue would look like for this. So we are getting incoming connections. A queue sounds like a good idea. I'm hearing Kara or Kara. They're giving me some Carrot. Could be Carrot. Carrot is giving me some really good reasons why I should use a queue. So I don't know if there's anything. I'm going to assume there's nothing built in. Wait, this is the wrong. Which one are you? Rust queue. I don't know if there's any like built in anything. I'm going to guess not. Oh. Bad practice in high performance computing. Uh-oh. You could be waiting on folks. Okay. Well, okay, so maybe this is a thing where we can either have a queue or we can basically hold on to the connection information before checking, hold on to the connection information. If there's an error connecting to that server, we try again. Okay. Cosmo also says, don't queue. Queue their input if you want. Don't queue, okay, don't queue connection. You can queue input. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Queue their input, don't queue connection. Okay, it's okay. It'll make sense to me when the whole thing makes sense to me. Connection, okay, MPSC, it's effectively a queue, but it's the right API to use here. Okay. A queue per room, guild, chat, whatever could be great. I'm trying Terminus and Zed, and for some reason the render is not that great. Are you using the vector font or the, I don't know if they have a bitmap. Okay, wait, bitmap, vector, Terminus. I think Terminus is only vector. Are you using Terminus nerd font, like from the nerd font website? Oh, here we go, wait. It was in this one. Where is it highlighting? Oh. This one. Oh. Oh dear. Are you using that one? I don't know. I just get it from here. I'm not sure why you'd be having potential rendering issues. I don't remember Marble. Sending values into the channel. If the bounded channel is at capacity, the send is rejected. Okay. I think there's probably a tutorial for this one too, is gonna be my guess. Wait, did I? Oh my god, my leg is falling asleep. Fuck. My god. Also, if you all have start thinking about different open source projects that you want us to sponsor this quarter. All right, I have some fun partnerships to announce soon. So if you're thinking about if there's anything that you think are very cool, heavily used / relied on projects that need funding, let me know. Keep it in mind. I'll do a post on YouTube and I'll put it in the Discord and stuff. I mean, so basically what I do for the sponsors is that I'm going to do a YouTube post where you can basically put whatever project you want, and the most upvoted projects are the ones that'll get the sponsors. We'll probably do 2 again. But we have fun partnerships coming up, which means that we'll be able to do some more open source funding. There is a Discord. If someone can do the Discord command. You can do !Discord if in the YouTube chat or the Twitch chat, and you'll get a link to the Discord that you can join. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It'll probably be closer to the end of the quarter. Yeah, like sometime in the summer. If I start in open source, will you fund me? If the community, it's community voted. So it is community voted. Is my mouse dead? No. I did want to see. I want to see this in practice. I gotta get better at navigating these docs too. I'll eventually have to read through that. MPSC. Let's start with the official Tokyo tutorial and then, yeesh. What is this? Oh, yay. There's a tutorial. I swear, actually DuckDuckGo is so goated for coding searches. It's so good. Is all this time on the network layer making you hate this project? A little bit, but it's fine. You know what? I'm just I'm a very curious person. So to me, if there's anything new that I can learn, I'm like, that sounds cool. Let's do it. Let me understand this more. This is definitely not an official tutorial. I have this problem exactly, Bash. We do fan out. I know, right? I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then it's like, I end up on a totally other side quest. I can't even play an RPG on like the main quest. Okay. This is the async equivalent of the built-in MPSC you get from std sync. Channel type. This channel type is perfect for distributing work and collecting the results at the end. That does sound like what we want. Let me put you on game. If you guys have not, okay, I understand probably a lot of you are just using AI because you got that freaking corporate sponsor tokens. Okay, your freaking your employer is paying for your AI usage, but if you want like a good, I think the best search engine right now is, I mean, I've heard good things about Kagi, which is the one that you pay for. But DuckDuckGo, I think for programming search results is really good. Like Google does not compare. No way when you write a load balancer, we're getting there. We will get there. My only problem is that there's so many layers to it that of course we're finding out throughout the project, which I feel like is also just such a classic. This is like the classic experience. You're like, in theory, it should just be like these 3 steps. And then it's like, actually there are 20 and a few side quests. Oh shit, I missed. Sorry. Lane, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Minsu, thank you as well for the Prime. Killian, I don't know if I thanked you, so thank you as well for the Prime sub. Thank you. And Terminal, I don't know who I've thanked, so thank you Terminal Rasa as well for the Prime. I use Brave. Brave search is better than Google, but not as good as DuckDuckGo, which is crazy. Asked me in 2021 if I thought DuckDuckGo would take over for programming searches. I wanted it to, but I didn't know it actually would. Have any of you tried the DuckDuckGo browser? I haven't tried it. Today I learned that there's a bashbunni Discord and YouTube channel. There's a lot of content on the YouTube channel. And the Discord is fun. The Discord is a nice little fun, cozy spot to hang out outside of the streams and stuff. Sometimes it is nice to have a bit of a walled garden, you know? Where's Discord? You can do !Discord in the chat and it'll give you a link to join the Discord. I also have a Matrix server that's even smaller. I don't know if I have a command for Matrix, but you can try !Matrix if you don't have a Discord. I don't know if it works. I don't remember if I've added it as a command. I don't. If it doesn't show up, the Matrix. Let's see. It's on my other computer. I can have it for you for next stream. I can have a command for Matrix, but it's just a bashbunni room. In Russia, the engine searches you. Can you share a Discord link? If you type !Discord in the YouTube chat, it'll give you the link. Yeah, Emmanuel's on it. DuckDuckGo Lite is even better. I haven't tried that one. That reminds me I need to set up my own Matrix server. It's a vibe. Element is really good. I don't know if you use Element as your client. It's good. I've heard good things about LibreWolf. I used to use LibreWolf. I think the issue for me with LibreWolf back when I used it was the media, like I think the video playback was not good, which is a bit of a deal breaker for me. I think the projects that make you a better engineer are the ones you get stuck on the most. I agree too. That's part of why people are like, oh, you can just ask AI. And I'm like, but yeah, but I think that I should, if I'm having an opportunity where I'm getting stuck on something, it depends how long, right? It's like one of those things of like, how long should you ask for help? Or sorry, how long before you ask for help kind of thing. But I think you should try and like read the docs and understand it so that you can at least pinpoint it. And then if that doesn't work, and then you ask for a solution, then you can kind of, your brain will start to be like, oh, maybe it's because of this. And then it's like, you know. I say that as I'm trying to, I've been on this page for like 10 minutes. I'm multi-threaded and the threads are breaking. The connections are being lost to the ether, okay? Okay, so this is creating MPSC at channel 100. We're gonna create, I guess, 10 connections. We're gonna clone the transaction, which is transaction to the channel, I guess. We're gonna do something. We're gonna send a transaction to that channel saying hello from that. And then you drop the connection. Ooh. You drop the transaction after it's done connecting to it. And then let some message while you're so you're going to receive a bunch of messages, and then you're going to get the valid, whatever valid messages there are. It's either some or none in this case. So if there is an actual message, not none, then you'll say what you received. Oh, it's a buffer size of 100. I see. So this is a bounded channel, which can buffer up to 100 messages before the receiver needs to consume them. If the buffer is full, the sender will be suspended. Ooh, I like that. Until the receiver has consumed a message. There's also an unbounded channel, which doesn't have a buffer size, but could cause the process to run out of memory. Since it's a multi-producer single consumer channel, we can clone the sender and move the ownership of the clone to another task. This clone talk creates another sender that points to the same receiver. The newly spawned task takes ownership of the sender and sends a message to the receiver. Here we drop the original sender. This is important as the receiver knows how many senders are still active. We drop the original sender. With each drop of a sender, it will count down. Once all senders are dropped, the following line will receive no more messages. 4. We drop the sender, the original sender. Wait, I'm so confused. Oh, you're cloning it? Wait, okay. I'm a little bit confused. So we're cloning the transaction. Is that what that is, right? We're cloning that every time. And then we're dropping it outside of the loop, which means we're dropping the original, the one that's scoped outside of the loop. So you drop the original. Why do we drop the original? Okay, the newly spawned tasks takes ownership of the sender and sends a message to the receiver. Here we drop the original sender. I guess, do we not need to drop it here because it dies in this scope? Is that possibly it? It dies forever in this scope. Because ownership. Oh, we drop before the while because the while only ends when there's no more senders, transmitters. It only ends when there are no more. So it drops the original one. Okay, that's a little bit confusing. When there are no more. And in this case, I'm okay. This is breaking my brain a little bit. This is breaking my brain a little bit. The others die in the scope. So basically they die. Okay. So this one that we've cloned dies when this task is done. Which means when this task, okay, and then when this task is done, they're basically going to start getting nuns when there are no, like every time that this is done, it's receiving, this message. So this completes, and then this is satisfied, and it prints that. And then it doesn't drop. It just dies because the scope is done. Its lifetime is done. And then it receives none when there are no more, because then it's no longer sending any valid messages. Okay. That makes sense. TX is dropped when drop TX is called. It's received. Okay. Storing the message. Okay. I think this kind of makes sense. One-shot channels are boring. You get one sender, one receiver, and you can send one message, and that's it. No! Alrighty. I don't know if the rest of this is that helpful. The accept loop is our single producer. Okay. That makes sense. And then this also gives it a bound. tx.clone. Okay. I might have to do this off stream. Because my brain needs a minute to cook. I might do this off stream. I still owe you all a recap on... the previous project, and then I'll try to give you a recap on this. Like this one, whatever work I do off stream, I'm trying to take like notes on it while I'm doing it, so that if there's anything I got blocked with, then it's easy to figure out. Like it's easy to kind of tell that story of how I got blocked, how I unblocked myself, whatever. Yeah. I've never done a producer consumer channel like Redis. I've never done that. The template not actually used. Yeah. TX is tx.clone. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it's doing this. It's just doing this to avoid, I think, evil ownership things. Nano, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the conclusion, is I'm going to work on some of this off stream. If I have the energy to do more streams, I will try. But my brain atrophies so fast while I'm on stream. It's gone forever. Okay. Let's see who's on. Oh shit. Hold on. I'm plugged into the wrong thing. What I like to do whenever I'm making middleware is a comprehensive log that states what was received, what was sent, the flow direction, and cache timeouts in case something breaks. I can figure out where in the sequence. What was received, what was sent, flow direction, and cache timeouts. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to take a photo of that comment. I could screenshot it, but my keyboard isn't plugged in. All right. We are going to continue. We are going to persist. We will overcome this together. Okay. Alrighty, let me find who's live right now. And I think if you're on YouTube, you might default get directed to Alveus, which I think is awesome. I kind of want to raid someone new. I like the vibe of this. I like this title. Okay, this looks funky. I like this. We're raiding someone new. We've never raided them before. You were new though. Stop it. Wait, what? What? I am new. All right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for all of your generosity and support. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I hope that you're all enjoying the streams. Don't forget, as I mentioned on YouTube, I do have all of the live stream VODs on there as well. And I've been adding, like, usually it takes a little bit of time for it to transcribe the audio and stuff, but usually about like the next day, everything has chapters and a stream description and stuff, so you can get a bit more of an in-depth feel for like what happened on stream and if there are different moments that you wanted to see. So you can feel free to check that out on YouTube if you want. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna keep working on this and trying to figure this out, and I really appreciate all of your feedback. I know that, like, I know I don't see all of your messages, but please do know that I do appreciate all of them. And if I am getting stuck on things, I know that you all are, I don't know, just very, very goated and kind. So thank you for always being so willing to help. It means a lot. And I hope that you enjoy Stian's stream, and I will see you on Monday, maybe earlier. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Go give them emotes. All right, you guys, YouTube, it's been real. It's been real, YouTube. I will see you next time.